Hey guys, so today is the day at long last that I do my update on the houseplants that are growing out of my aquarium, and in general what my little plant journey is looking like. With aquariums, you can't help but get involved with plants too, and my friend Nina over at Life with the Hoods has been asking me for an update for a while now, and I think today's the day, Nina. If you guys don't already, follow her, go subscribe to her page. She's really fun to watch too. She has a lot of like family vlogs and a lot of motivational videos for cleaning and getting your life together in your home. I love watching her videos, so head over there too and check it out. So first of all, if my lighting gets a little wacky, it's because my tank is waking up from its afternoon siesta. I usually turn off the lights for about 2 hours between 1 and 3 in the afternoon to help my fish kind of get some shut-eye. I noticed that they like to take naps during that time. So, you know what? They're like my little babies, and with babies, you follow their cues and you match them best you can. Remember, the aquarium is their home, not yours. So if you find out that they like taking a nap at a certain time, then in my opinion, why not dim the lights and let them have some privacy and some good old shut-eye. But anyway, enough about that. I'm babbling. I wanted you guys to take a look at these roots right in here. So once you clip the plants and you go through your regular propagation steps, you can put your plants into your aquarium and they will grow white roots just like this one right here. And those roots will absorb nitrates and ammonia even from your aquarium, and it will help them grow into beautiful plants like this monstera adamsoni that's trying to crawl out towards my window that's over on that side of the room. I also have a couple plants here. I think this is called an inch plant. Or wandering dude, I think is what they call them. I'm not too sure. And then I just have some standard pothos. I think this is the golden variety, or the, well, you know, any plant lovers out there, let me know. I don't know what exactly this particular pothos is, but it's got some really nice yellowing. And the bigger the leaves get, the more yellow they become. So I'm guessing that's a good thing, right? But it doesn't look like it's variegated. So anywho's, moving along. Something that I've noticed, and a tip I'm going to give you guys if you're looking to do this kind of stuff here, is you want to put your roots, you want to put your clippings where the most oxygen is available in your tank. I really have seen how my roots are a lot stronger wherever these bubbles are here, as well as right by the spray bar, which, as you can imagine, has a lot of oxygen because of being the outflow of the tank. So yeah, I really recommend you go ahead and put them wherever the most amount of oxygen is, because on the other side of my tank, all the way over there, there's really not that much going on, or not as much as I would like, because there is no, there's not that much oxygenation going on over here. You know, there's something, don't get me wrong, there's something there, but it's not the same as over where the bubbler is. So I would at least get your plants by a bubbler and get them started, get those roots going. And then, oh yeah, this is just what happens when you have goldfish, you know, they uproot everything. So I have always a collection of random plants right in the middle of my spray bar. Fun stuff. But I do love them, so it doesn't matter. As you can see here, also lots of new roots growing. You see that? Very nice, very nice. It takes a couple weeks, you know, for it to get like that. So don't get discouraged if you do start it. We're gonna start off with this guy. This is an inch plant, or a wandering dude plant. It likes to crawl, but you could also train it to climb up. And then we have my monstera adamsoni, or Swiss cheese plant, I think they call it. I love all the little fenestrations it has. It was given to me by my coworker, well, my coworker's son, and it's been growing nicely in these pots. So all of the plants I have started in pots, and then they get moved over from the pots onto the back of my aquarium. So these are all clippings, and you can see that this inch plant is so much redder up here because it's much closer to the light as opposed to the one I have in the pot. Now this one likes to go up. The other one I just showed you likes to crawl. So I'm just letting them do what they want to do. You want to go up high? That's fine with me. You want to crawl? That's fine with me. I would love for the monsteras to crawl, but this guy will not crawl. It wants to go up. And now I'm thinking, do I have to put a stake in this? Should I put a moss pole? If I put a moss pole laying down, will that help the monstera crawl? Or are they just forever just going to go up? Because I cannot have monstera crawling up my wall because I rent. And that's just not where I want to be in life right now. Also, I noticed that the longer they're here, the leaves keep getting smaller and smaller on the monstera. If you look at that, just tiny little leaves, as opposed to the starter leaves that came off of the plant like this. You see how much smaller it is, and the fenestrations get smaller too. So I'm thinking, if I add a pole or support, will that make their leaves grow bigger? Or is that just something that's always going to be happening because it's not in dirt? And this is a spider plant, also given to me by a coworker. And this was a tiny little pup when I got it. And I put it in this pot with some nice soil. And it's been doing great. This has been living off of, I kid you not, only aquarium water. That's all I've done. I do it once a week. I was so happy. I never knew that I could like plants this much. Now, I've heard some people say that this plant focuses on growing its roots before it focuses on growth above the soil. So I may just step back a bit from the watering. And now I'm starting to see some roots popping out, but I don't think it's time to repot her yet. So I'm going to take a step back. And up next we have this common house leek, I believe they're called. It's a succulent. I had another coworker of mine give me a couple of chicks off of her mother plant, and I went ahead and planted them in some succulent soil mix, and they're doing great. They were tiny, and now they're going a lot bigger than I ever thought that they were going to. They really like being up here under my grow light. Next, we have another succulent over by my sunny window. It's a jade plant. I did a big chop on her to try to get a more rounder shape, and I put all the clippings and all the little leaves on top of the succulent soil mix to see if they will propagate. Moving along to my pothos plant. Isn't she a beauty? I figured maybe I'll get more yellow color and more new growth if I can somehow get them to grow in a more organized manner. I've got new growth here. You can see where I clipped the plants. I've got a bunch of new growth coming out. Oh, so this is an example of the pole I was talking to you guys about. They come in 3 pieces, and I put these 2 together. This is what I'm thinking that I'm going to maybe lay across the back of my tank and have all the plants root into it. What do you guys think? Do you think that will affect how well it absorbs the nitrates? Let me know in the comments below. Have you tried this? I know this video is kind of long, so if you guys have hung in there with me for this long, make sure that you drop an emoji below of a plant and let me know that you made it this far into the video. Thanks. Had some pretty steady growth growing out of my tank. In the tank is a different story. I have had to fast these guys for a bit because unfortunately I've had a couple fish die on me in the past couple months, and it's been really difficult. Lucky there has been going in and out of bouts of swim bladder issues, and I mean, he's so used to me giving him Espum salt baths by this point that I don't even know what to do anymore. I'm at a loss. He's not pine coning or anything like that, but I've had at least 3 fish die, and it was all the same symptoms. My tank has changed so much in the past 6 to 7 months. I can't even tell you. You can tell here my growth up on the top of the tank is significantly less than where it is now. I was trying to go for a new look in my tank, and you know, Goldfish, they run the tank. Like, this is their home, not yours, and they do not care. within a couple of weeks, this tank was discombobulated again, and they ate all of my lily plants. Look at them. It's so frustrating, but I do love them. I love them more than I love my plants. Question for all the goldfish haters of the world. Why all the hate for these beautiful little fish? It seems like you guys may love your plants more than you love your fish. And if that's the case, then I get it. But if you love your fish, then plants just become kind of just a glorified toy or a really expensive snack. And I'm okay with that, but I guess a lot of people aren't. So try as I may, I'm going to keep going with the Anubias, and I will still buy more aquarium plants, and I'm trying to propagate some of my own on the side also, because I know that they're going to get eaten. I know my tank is never going to be perfect when it comes to how it's planted or how it's laid out. They're going to decide how they want that to look. As you go through and, goldfish care, eventually you're going to have to add salt. It's just like reality. And salt doesn't play nicely with plants, underwater plants like Anubias and crypts. Oh, crypts melt off like the second they feel salt. I don't know what it is. They hate it. And as your plants get weaker, your fish are going to eat them. So it's not that they are inherently like trying to mess up your tank. They're just curious little creatures, and they want to take a nibble out of everything, just like kids. I think they're just like kids. So just keep that in mind. Like, are you here for your fish or are you here for your plants? I don't think you can have it both ways. And if you do want to have it both ways, then know that you're going to be spending money buying plants. Like, it's just the reality. The same way in your home, you may have to replace something because your kid broke it. Well, you still want that thing and you still love your kids. So you just got to kind of roll with it. Just roll with the punches, roll with the changes, and just make the best out of it. If you really decided that you want to keep fish that eat plants and you still want to keep plants also, but you don't want to do just immersed, that's just unfortunately a reality. We will be buying more plants. I will be spending money on plants, and I will be replacing them just the way I would replace something that maybe my kid broke or damaged in my household. The key is for that not to happen. But when you're fasting fish like goldfish because of a sickness or a disease you're trying to treat or bloat, whatever it may be, they're going to eat the plants because they're hungry, not because they're being jerks. So that's something I had to learn the hard way. Anyway, guys, subscribe and follow me for more videos, and I'll get an update up as soon as possible. Bye, guys.